Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now what do we have here? I'm making an actual Fire Emblem video, and it's not just a one-off meme. Yup, I'm actually going to make a video discussing something in the Fire Emblem series. I know, crazy, right? It's about time given my username. Anyways, jokes aside, with 3 houses getting closer and closer to releasing, I thought it'd be fun to look back on the last major Fire Emblem game with a new story. So, sadly I won't be talking about Echoes. I haven't even played it if I'm being honest. Today I want to revisit Fire Emblem Fates, more specifically my favorite route, Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. So as I said, Conquest is my favorite route of the 3. I have over 250 hours logged into it, with most of my units with their stats maxed out. In fact, I poured so much time into this mode that to this day, I still have not completed Birthright or even purchased Revelations for that matter. So yeah, if Conquest is enough to hold me over for 11 straight days and nights worth of gameplay, it's pretty safe to assume I have a soft spot for it. But as much as I like the game, there are certainly some things about it that still bother me 3 years later after the game's release. So let's start right off the bat with the big one. Well, I did say that we'd start off with the big one. The story for Conquest is nothing special. While the concept of being on the side of the quote-unquote bad guys sounded interesting, it really didn't seem that way. A lot of times the game tries to make you have internal conflict by showing you the aftermath of battles you fought, most of which consisted of any remaining enemy troops being slaughtered, even if they're no longer a threat. But most of the time I found myself frustrated at Corrin for not doing anything rather than sad that we indirectly caused whatever tragedy ensued. And I believe the reason for this was due to the way the game was initially described to us. If you remember way back in April of 2015, there was a brand spanking new Nintendo Direct. We got to see Mewtwo and Lucas in Smash for the Wii U, and a trailer for Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Then everyone's favorite translator was on screen, Bill Trinan. Now let me just tell you, Bill fucking clickbaited us all into thinking Conquest would be cool. Just watch and you'll get what I mean.
On the other hand, if you choose the Nor, you'll be forced to revolutionize an unruly kingdom from the inside.
You'll be forced to revolutionize an unruly kingdom from the inside. Like, damn, he makes it sound so cool. Honestly, the marketing for Fates plus Corrin being a DLC character in Smash really hyped me up for the game. So yeah, it didn't end up like that at all, and the story was significantly less cool than I thought it'd be. Instead of revolutionizing a kingdom from the inside, the game more or less goes like this.
Corrin, go attack the Hoshidans.
Well, gee, Dad, I mean, I don't really know if I want to.
Go attack the Hoshidans!
And that's pretty much what the game boils down to. It's essentially just an obey your father simulator, but your father is crazy. So yeah, Conquest story is nothing to write home about, but I think that it more than makes up for it with its cast. Between the Hoshidans and the Norians easily take the case for the more likable cast. I've always thought that they had more interesting personalities than most of the Hoshidan characters. I like to think that this is a result of Nor being a significantly harsher environment than Hoshido. I mean, we have a guy who wants to be a superhero, a crossdresser, and a Fujoshi all on the same side. For me, that's definitely more interesting than a samurai who hates you for being kidnapped and a Pegasus Knight who never shuts up about how he's good at everything. Now, I'm not going to go over every Norian, but I'll give my brief thoughts on my favorites from the bunch. Xander was a lot more likable than I thought he'd be. Though the way he's written is all over the place. Parry support. What I like about him the most are his interactions with his siblings, especially his support for Elise, and with other Norians like Laszlo and Nyx. He's the high and mighty crown prince of Nor, but he never lets it go to his head. He's still someone you can have a meaningful conversation with. Elise is a national treasure. In the midst of the all-around depressing aura of Nor, to the stress of the challenging maps in Conquest, and being bossed around by this asshole, it's nice to have a ball of sunshine like Elise to cheer me up whenever we interact with her. So, I like Leo a lot, and if you ask me why, I honestly wouldn't be able to give you a solid answer. Everything from his design, to the way he speaks to others, to him having a weird fetish for tomatoes, I just like all of it. So yeah, good character, 10 out of 10, with tomato again. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. I don't hate Camilla, nor do I hate anyone who likes Camilla. In fact, there are some aspects to Camilla's character that I actually like. I enjoy seeing the warmth she has towards her siblings, not just Corrin. Her supports of Elise and Leo are very nice and wholesome. I do, however, hate the way that she's represented in Heroes. Throughout the entirety of Fates, Camilla is supposed to be a femme fatale, a beautiful but deadly figure of a woman who can spray just as much bloodshed as she can love. She loves her family and would do anything so that they remain together, Heroes completely misses the mark on making her an intimidating lady and instead just focuses on the aspect of her that dotes on the player. This, along with various alts that range from pure sex appeal to making absolutely no sense, has made Camilla, the version of her in Heroes that is, unlikable for me. So in short, Fate's Camilla good, Heroes Camilla bad. Niles, in my opinion, is one of the most well executed characters in Conquest. When I heard that you were able to marry Niles as male Corrin, I was a bit worried that they wouldn't pull the character off right. A lot of bisexual and gay characters in fiction fall victim to having their personalities revolve around their sexuality and don't have much else to be said about them. Niles thankfully doesn't fall into that trope, as there is a lot more to him than just being bisexual. Niles is a little shithead and I love it. He's constantly teasing everyone, pretty much always doing his best to make the other person as uncomfortable as possible. And his sadism isn't for no reason either. He enjoys watching people suffer due to his own dark past. His parents abandoning him to fend for his own in the streets of Nor led him to hold a grudge against people who live lavish lives, but don't deserve it. There's so much to dig into when it comes to Niles that most of the time, I honestly forget his sexuality. Now, take that however you will, but I see it as proof that IS wasn't lazy with the character and executed him amazingly. Niles is a perfect example of a character that happens to be gay rather than just a gay character. I could go on and on about Niles, but this is supposed to be brief, and I've already spoken a lot about him, so it's time to move on to the next character. Not only is Keaton a great guy who cares about his friends more than he lets on, he is also part dog. I mean, who doesn't love dogs? Okay, but seriously, I enjoyed reading Keaton's support since most of them were just plain funny. He's pretty much a male tsundere, which is a rare breed, so he reminds me of Inuyasha in that regard. Overall, I just really enjoy his personality. Segbert is a kid who doesn't have much confidence in himself due to the expectations he placed on himself from seeing how great of a prince his father is. He never declines someone asking him for help because he thinks it will help him grow as a prince. One of my favorite supports he has is with Valoria. He doesn't understand Valoria's taste in treasures in the slightest and spends almost the entirety of the support trying to prove to Valoria that he can come around by finding something she would like. After failing numerous times, Segbert is ready to give up, saying that if he can't even understand what gifts one single person would like, a guy like him could never become king. Valoria then contradicts him, saying that him trying so desperately to understand her is the mark of a good king, because a king should be able to listen to their subjects. Maybe it's because at one point my own self-esteem wasn't the best, but seeing Segbert try so hard to improve to be the best version of himself possible makes me really want to cheer him on and see him succeed. I'd honestly be pretty confident in saying that Segbert is one of, if not my favorite child unit from Fates. And he respects women. His personal skill even helps female allies he's paired with do more damage. Good boy. Okay, so I know what I said earlier about how a character being gay or bisexual could end up making them boring since that's the only aspect that's focused on. And you could argue that this is the very same trait seen in Soleil, but I'll give her a pass because she's at least funny. Also, why the hell wasn't she chosen as the gay option for females? I mean, out of all the male characters who she sort of friend zones, Forrest is the only one she legit dated because he looked like a girl. Seriously, this was one giant missed opportunity. But no, instead they had to choose Tharja too. Ophelia is pretty similar to Odin, being his daughter and all, but Odin doesn't have boobs. Everyone knows that boobs make everything better, therefore, Ophelia is a better Odin. Now, I find myself relating heavily to Nina. I too constantly imagine romantic scenarios that will never come true. Valoria is on my top 5 list for the hottest females in Fates. Now, does my, intrigue and Monster Girls play a part in this ranking? No, not at all. Come on now, obviously I had to save the best for last. Now, I won't go too in detail here since I could go on for literal days about Selena, and that's a topic for a whole other video. I was obviously excited to see Fates paying a homage to Severa by adding in a lookalike, and even more so when I found out that she actually was Severa. I enjoyed seeing her tone down the bitchiness and being more of a natural tsundere this time around. I can only imagine this happened due to her maturing a bit, though I have to admit, I did kinda like that bitchiness. Growth in characters over games is always nice to see, and I could say the same thing for Odin and Laszlo. Awakening was my first Fire Emblem game, so I appreciate that I could at least see these guys one last time before moving on to the upcoming game. And before I move on, I might as well give a brief mention to the amiibo characters. It was nice that we had the option to use the Smash versions of the characters in the game. Them having different theme maps was also a nice touch. Sucks that we couldn't use Roy though. Oh, and speaking of maps, now, even though Bill Trinan lied to us about Conquest having an intriguing story, one thing that did end up being true was Conquest's difficulty. Now, I absolutely love a good challenge. I love biting my nails and scratching my head as I plan my next move to ensure no one dies.
I enjoy being on the edge of my seat hoping the enemy doesn't get that 3% crit or that my unit doesn't miss that 95% chance to hit. And most of all, I enjoy the high I get from getting through a situation unscathed despite the odds being against me. Conquest provides all that and more. Now, since I love torturing myself, I played through the game on hard classic mode, and I promise that I will never do that to myself ever again. Now, while I enjoy overcoming a challenge, the steps I need to take to get there can be frustrating. But even after experiencing that frustration, there are a few chapters in the game that stick out in my mind that I either enjoyed a lot or just made me suffer. Or both. Let's go over them, shall we?
Yep. This map. This soul-crushing, heartbreaking, mind-numbingly painful map. I'm getting chills just remembering it. This map drilled it into my head that I chose the harder path in Fates, and that I signed up for this. You only have a handful of units at your disposal, meanwhile, there are like 1,000 Hoshidans posted up at this dock, waiting to fuck your shit up. You have to make sure to hold off attacks from this choke point in the middle, that is, until Takumi goes fucking apeshit and evaporates all the water around you, forcing you to fend off enemies from nearly every direction. A testament to how difficult this map was is that even seasoned Fire Emblem veterans had a hard time beating it without anyone dying. And let me remind you that this was only the 4th chapter in the Conquest route, meaning it only gets worse from here. Fuck this map and all it stands for. I tell it to go straight to hell, but seeing as how it was made by Satan himself, it'd probably like it down there. I want to fucking punch Mokushu in the face for making me go through an entire cave full of ninjas that debuff your units and have traps laid out basically everywhere that damage your units. So overall, fuck this map, fuck Mokushu, fuck ninjas, and fuck the people who made this map. This was the most stressful map for me. Now, a lot of people probably had an easy time with this map, since if your avatar was a samurai or lodestar, you probably had high enough luck and evasion to be able to fight Ryoma and not immediately die. But if you were like me and decided to be a dumbass and choose Cavalier or any other class that wasn't samurai or ninja as your specialty, you were kinda... Actually, no, scratch that. You were totally fucked. I had to beat this map the alternate way and go around the sides, taking out enemies and being sandwiched in a thin wall where ninjas would bombard my units. Overall, I did not have a good time playing this chapter, and the rush I felt when I finally did beat it couldn't be described verbally. Even though I was stuck on this chapter for a full week, beating it the harder way is something I can be a little bit proud of.
Conquest definitely had some memorable chapters and really fun gameplay, but if fighting AI enemies isn't really your style, an alternative to that was playing against another human player, and you could do this with a newly implemented online mode that Fates had. I was pretty excited to try out the online in Fates. You could visit other players' castles, buy skills off of units in the castle, and most importantly of all, you could battle other players in online matches with your army. And I had to say, it was fun. But after those 4 minutes of fun, I quickly realized that in order to win, you had to play as campy as possible. The online mode heavily favored the person who makes the second move, so absolutely no one made the first move unless they had a staff user with rescue or a warping Azura, which, let's face it, everyone had. This made the mode incredibly unfun to play, and on top of that, you had the assholes online who would hack in Max Forge legendary weapons and NPC exclusive skills like Bold Stance, Staff Savant, and Divine Shield. These people would run rampant online, destroying every team they came across. Thankfully, there were 2 ways to combat these scumbags. After fighting them, you could blacklist them to ensure you never got matched with them again, or you could try the second method, which came in the form of a lolly. That's right, a lolly. Midori was easily the best character in the cast due to her personal skill, Lucky Charm. It increased the activation rate of luck-based skills by a whopping 20%. This combined for already high luck made her near impossible to kill due to her more than likely activating Miracle. Now if you made her a ninja, her skill stat would also go through the roof, letting her take advantage of skills like Pavis and Aegis, making her even more of a pain in the ass to kill. And it doesn't end there. Sure, Midori's attack stat wasn't the highest, but who cares when you can proc lethality every single match? It was truly a sight to behold, watching my Midori completely run through these teams with hacked weapons and skills like there were pebbles on the side of the road. So for a while, online was actually looking kind of fun again. Until it wasn't, because even bigger assholes showed up with units having stats in the 90s. Congratulations, you human scum. You have successfully ruined online battles. Here's your prize, you fucking assholes. And finally, I want to briefly talk about my castle since I mentioned it earlier. This was probably my favorite thing to come out of Fates. I have a strange fondness toward games that have you defend a structure or have you attack someone else's. It really lets you flesh out your playstyle and allows you to show off different builds and map layouts to other players. It's one of the reasons I enjoyed Aether raids in Fe. Well, you know, before it got fucking ruined. Outside of PvP, I thought the hub world was neat. I thought it was cute how you could interact with all your units and have them work different jobs around the castle. I guess it helped making getting closer to the units easier. It's also funny that characters' cooking skills actually carry over into when they make food. Throughout all her supports, everyone talks about how Felicia sucks at cooking. And it's true. In the cafeteria, Felicia's cooking is so horrible that it actually decreases the stats of anyone who eats it. And I think that's fucking hilarious. Oh, and as for the removal of the face painting in my room, despite not being for it when I first heard about the news, after playing Fates for the first time, I realized that I actually didn't care that it was cut. Overall, the Conquest route had some memorable characters, maps, and other various features. It certainly isn't a perfect game, but it's definitely a fun one. Despite its subpar story or its unbalanced online mode, I'd never say that I regret buying it, and I hope I have even more fun playing Three Houses when it comes out later this year.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video. This took a really long time to make. I actually started making the script for this video back in October of last year, so yeah, it's been a long time. So I just want to give a special thank you to Zerk Monster Hunter for helping me with the script of this video. He went over it for me a bunch and helped me, you know, make it to what it was. And also thank you to all the people who provide the footage. I will leave their links in the description and also the music that I use in this video. And before I go, I just want to let you guys know that I have opened up a brand new Discord server that will be up as soon as this video goes up. So I will also leave the link for that in the description below. So join, I'll be there, you'll be able to talk to me. And also, I will be making Three Houses videos. The game's going to drop tomorrow. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. And once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.